All right, hello again, monsters. Welcome in. We will start here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Just make sure you check below, of course, where you'll find those sheets you need to play our game. There's the real deal sheet down there, and that's the one you're going to use to submit your answers for your team. And then, of course, there's also the view only. So if you're playing in a place where there are folks who are in different parts of the world or different cities, different rooms, whatever you want, you can find their view only sheets down there. So we're going to fire this sucker off here in about 10 minutes or so. Welcome in. Well, hello again, friends. If you're just joining us, welcome into the Hambones Monster Game. You have a couple of links down below this video that will help you out quite a bit. Of course, there's a real deal answer sheet. That's the one that your team's going to submit when you submit your answers to us. And then there is also the view only sheet. That is for folks who are on your team, perhaps who are in different places that just need to take a look at those questions, but won't be using that sheet to submit. So make sure you check those out. I know most of you are old hat at this by now, but if we have any new players, we're giving you those directions. All right, we're going to get started in the next 8 to 10 minutes or so. All right, welcome in. All right, hello again, folks. Welcome in. Welcome into the Monster Game. We'll get started here in the next 5 minutes or so. Your links that you're going to need to play the game with us tonight are below here. You have the real deal answer sheet down there. And then you also have, of course, your view only sheet for the folks who are going to be just viewing and need to look at those questions but won't be submitting. So check out those links below. We're going to get started here in the next 5 minutes. Welcome in. All right, folks, it's 8:30 on the dot, so we're going to wait just a couple more minutes here to get started with our monster game. Again, the links are right down below this video for you here on YouTube. You got your real deal answer sheet down there for your team to submit their answers, and a view only sheet in case there are folks on your team who are playing in different places and would all like to see that sheet. So check those out. We will get started here in the next 3 minutes or so. Welcome back. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome in tonight to the Monster Game, broadcasting live from beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, on the eve of race weekend. My name's Ben. I'm filling in for Matt again this week. Nice to see all of you again. We have 4 fabulous rounds of trivia for you tonight. Each round is different, of course. You all are old hat at this, so I'm not going to give you the whole spiel. But you know they're all different. They're all protected by a password. We're going to move through those together. Once again, if you have not checked out those answer sheets at the bottom of this page, right below this video, you're going to want to do that. There's the real deal answer sheet. That is the sheet that your team will use to submit your official answers to me. And then there's the view only answer sheet link down there as well. That is the link to the sheet that's just as it sounds, view only. So if your team is playing in multiple places via Zoom or some other means, you may need that sheet to make sure everyone can see the questions, especially in our picture round this evening. All right. As always, Hambones Trivia is powered by Michaelis Restoration. We are super excited to have them on board sponsoring us, of course. So if you're looking for some home restoration work in the greater Indianapolis area, look no further than Michaelis Restoration because they're the best in the business. All right. I think you're probably tired of hearing me talk. It's time to get started, and we are super excited to do that. So if you are into your sheets and you're ready for a password, my friends, I'm going to put this password into the chat as well for round 1, where each of the questions are worth 5 points. Password for round number 1 tonight is the word thanks. 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 And you can put that in right now. Thanks. No capital letter. It's in the chat for you as well. All right. And we'll give you a second to get that put in here. And let's talk about your round 1 questions. Here they are, my friends. Question number 1, we're in this round where each question is worth 5 points. Mary J. Blige, Mark Wahlberg, and Elon Musk were all born in the same year. You have to get within 1 year. All right. Question number 2. Other than July 4th, New Year's Day, and Christmas, this is the only federally recognized holiday that is observed on the same day every year. Question number 3, and this one makes me excited as a music teacher. What is the highest pitched instrument in a symphony orchestra? Question number 4. There are 2 two-letter abbreviations in the titles of movies directed by Steven Spielberg, E.T., and this other one. Question number 5, there are currently approximately just over 7,000 of these in the world. More than 90% of them are used by less than 100,000 people. There's always uncertainty surrounding the exact number, but half will vanish in the next 100 years, including, Jingili and Chamikuro. All right. And our final question in round number 1 tonight, a race-themed question. Each driver for the Indy 500 must provide their preference of milk variety just in case they win. This variety is the most popular choice by far. All right, folks, you have 7.5 minutes to complete round number 1. Welcome into the Monster Game. Let's go, go, go. Timer is right behind me, okay? Good luck. Hey there, Mike. Thanks for asking. This is a type of milk. It's not a specific brand. So we're thinking about different types of milk, not brands. So percentages, yes, you could use that. All right. All right, folks, you're looking at just a little bit under 4 minutes left in our round one play. Just pop it in to remind you of that. You can always keep your eye on the timer right behind my head. Thanks so much. All right, folks, you're looking at 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to get those answers in round number one. Thank you very much. They're rolling in already, but you got just a little less than 2 minutes. All right, folks, we're looking at 1 minute left. 1 minute to get those answers in here in round one. Time to start thinking about submitting. 1 minute left. All right, folks, we've got 30 seconds. 30 seconds to get those answers in. Let's go ahead and submit those answers. Get them in, get them in. 30 seconds. All right, and that is time, folks. That is time. Go ahead and submit those answers. Get them in, get them in. Submit those answers, please, so we can move ahead here. Looking good. Here they come rolling in. Thank you very much for that. And let's go ahead now and let's talk about your answers for round number one. Talk about your answers for round number one. It looks like we're off to a great start here. And here we go. Question number one, Mary J. Blige, Mark Wahlberg, and Elon Musk were all born in the same year. You have to get within 1 year. The year was 1971. So if you said 1970, 1971, or 1972, you just picked your team up 5 points. All right. Other than July 4th, New Year's Day, and Christmas, this is the only federally recognized holiday that is observed on the same day every year. That would be Veterans Day. Veterans Day on November 11th. All right. Number three, what is the highest pitched instrument in a symphony orchestra? Well, that would be the piccolo. It's the flute's little brother or little sister. Very small little thing. Piccolo. All right. Number 4, there are two-letter abbreviations in the titles of movies directed by Steven Spielberg, E.T., and this other movie. That other movie, of course, is AI, artificial intelligence, AI. All right. Number 5, there are currently approximately just over 7,000 of these in the world. More than 90% of them are used by less than 100,000 people. There is always uncertainty surrounding the exact number, but half will vanish in the next 100 years. That would be languages. Languages. All right. That's the answer for number 5. And our final question in our first round of play this evening. Each driver for the Indy 500 must provide their preference of milk variety just in case they win. This variety is the most popular choice by far. That would be whole milk. Whole milk is the answer for number 6. I bet you didn't know that one. That's an interesting little nugget of information there. All right, as we head towards race weekend. So, again, 5 points for each of those. I'm looking at the scoreboard now. We are off and running. This is going to be a competitive game as usual. All right, it looks like we've got about 43 teams playing tonight. 197 of you joining us. Thank you very much. We move right into round number 2. Round number 2, of course, is our picture round. We're going to show you a picture, and tonight you are going to tell me the author of the work that the movie is based on. All right? So we're going to show you a picture from a movie. You have to tell me the author of the work that the movie is based on. All right? That's what we're looking for. So we're not looking for movie titles, but we're looking for the author of the work that the movie is based on. Okay? So your password into round number 2 this evening is the word all. A-L-L. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat right now. Of course, no capital letter. A-L-L, all, will get you into our picture round. And again, folks, we are looking not for the movie title, but we are looking for the author of the work that the movie is based upon. All right, that's what we're looking for. So you have 7.5 minutes to finish up round number 2, our picture round, where each question is worth 3 points. Best of luck, folks. Go, go, go. All right, Stacy, good question there. These are all going to be, and I'm going to double check just here right quickly. These are all going to be books. They're all going to be books, originally based on a book. All right, so I hope that answers your question. Yes, we are looking for the author of the original book that the picture of the movie you're seeing is based on. So we don't want movie titles, we don't want actor names. We want the author of the book or the work that the movie is based on. Okay, I know that's a little wordy, but that's what we're looking for tonight, the author. Yes. All right, folks, you're looking at just under 3 minutes now to finish up round number 2, our picture round, where you're giving me the author of the books that these movies that you're seeing are based on. All right, just a little under 2 minutes. Two minutes left in round number 2 here, folks. 2 minutes left to get those answers in for our picture round. All right, folks, we're looking at 1 minute here, 1 minute to get those answers in. Time to start thinking about submitting those answers for round number 2, the picture round. Less than a minute. Thirty seconds, folks. 30 seconds. Let's get those answers in. Get them in. Get them in. Less than 30 seconds left in round number 2. All right, and that is time, folks. Go ahead and submit those answers now. Get them in right now. Time's up for round number 2. Get those answers in. Get them in. I'm watching. We're looking for a few more teams here. Get those answers in. Submit right now. Submit right now, folks. Let's get them in. Get them in. Get them in. Good. We're getting closer. Get them in. Get them in. Get those answers in right now. All right. We are golden here. Thank you very much. All right. We got one more. Get them in. Okay, let's talk about your round number 2 answer, shall we? This is this was tricky because of the way it was worded, but it's looking like we're doing real well here. Here we go. The first thing you saw was Lord of the Flies. The author of that, of course, William Golding. Number 2, you saw Moneyball. That is a work by Michael Lewis. All right. Number 3, you saw The Godfather. That, of course, is by Mario Puzo. Number 4 was Matilda. That is a book by Roald Dahl. Number 5, Charlotte's Web is by author E.B. White. Number 6, L.A. Confidential is by James Elroy. Number 7, No Country for Old Men is by Cormac McCarthy. Number 8, The Princess Bride is by William Goldman. Number 9, The Fault in Our Stars, John Green. And number 10, Breakfast at Tiffany's. That is a work by Truman Capote. Yes, Rachel, I completely agree with you. That was a aggressively difficult picture round. Leave it to Matt, right? Leave it to Matt. All right. So those are your answers for round number 2. And of course, each of those answers worth 3 points as we move ahead here. All right, we move now into round number 3. Round number 3 is our money round. And as we always say, if you're going to win the game tonight, you're going to do it in the money round. And here's why. Each of these questions, each of our 4 questions has more than one answer, and each answer is worth 5 points. So I'm going to use one of the new analogies that you all were kind enough to give me last week. So if the question was, what are the flavors of ice cream in a traditional Neapolitan set? And you said chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, you would get 5 points for chocolate, 5 points for vanilla, 5 points for strawberry, total of 15 points. If you said chocolate, vanilla, and mint chocolate chip, you would be incorrect on one, but you'd still get 5 points for chocolate, 5 points for vanilla, no points for mint chocolate chips. You get a total of 10 points. So there's a real opportunity here, folks, to pick up quite a few points in this, our money round, all right? And so let's go ahead and get going without further ado here on the money round. Password you need to get into the money round is the word you. Y-O-U. I'm going to put that in right now. You. All right. And there's no capital letter on that Y. Okay. No capital letter on that Y as we move here into the money round. And here are your questions in our round 3 money round. Number 1. The last 3 champions of the Indianapolis 500 have been from these 3 countries, as in where they're born. Birth countries is what we're looking for. All right. Number 2, from 2000 to 2010, there were 4 television shows to have been the most watched TV shows in the U.S. for an entire year. None of them are Sunday or Monday Night Football. Name the 4 shows. 2 of them are traditionally scripted shows. All right. Number 3, the first 3 starring roles of Will Ferrell in movies that grossed over 100 million. The years were 2003, 2005, and 2006. Name those movies. And our final question tonight in the money round, what are the 2 best-selling brands of gum in the U.S.? We're looking for specific brand names, brands, all right? You have 7.5 minutes, my friends, to finish up our round 3 money round. Let's get started. Go, go, go. Stacy, let's take a look at this so we can get that question solved for you. We are looking for movies, not characters, movies, Stacy, okay? Anything for you, Stacy, anything for you. Snidely, for number, you are naming movies. I need movie titles, not characters. I need movie titles. By the way, folks, we're at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds right now to get these answers in. And yeah, again, for number 3, we're looking for movies, not characters. All right, thank you. Okay, well, I'm not quite sure that I understand your question. We're looking for movie titles. So we're looking for movie titles that Will Ferrell was in the first 3 he was in that grossed over $100 million. So the first 3 movies that Will was in that grossed over $100 million. We're looking for the titles of those movies, my friend. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, let me know and I'll try to get that answer for you. Folks, we're sitting on about a minute left. 1 minute left for round number 3, our money round. So let's think about submitting those answers. 1 minute left. Correct, although I would say that these movies were movies where he would have been considered a lead role for the most part. Maybe one of them not quite so much, but definitely 2 of the 3. We are looking for specific gum brands, Ryan. We're looking for specific gum brands. All right, gum brands. So like double mint would be an example. It's not the right answer, but it is an example. All right. We've got 10 seconds, folks, to get those answers in. Let's start submitting those answers now. Get them in, get them in, get them in. All right, folks, and that is time. Let's get those answers in. Get those answers in right now for round number 3, please. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in. They're rolling in. Submit now. Submit now. Submit now. We need quite a few more teams to submit. Go ahead and submit right now, please. Get them in, get them in. Get those answers in. Oh, they're coming. Here we go. We got a couple more. Let's get them in. Do it now. Even if you're not finished, go ahead and submit. You're holding up the train, folks. Submit, submit, submit. Get them in. Get them in, get them in. All right. All right, let's talk about your answers for round number 3, our money round. Here we go. Question number 1. The last 3 champions of the Indy 500 have been from these 3 countries: Japan, France, Australia. Japan, France, and Australia for number 1 in round number 3. Number 2, from 2000 to 2010, there were 4 TV shows to have been the most watched TV shows in the U.S. for an entire year. None of them are Sunday, Monday Night Football. Name the 4 shows. 2 of them are traditionally scripted. Here we go. CSI is one of them. Friends, of course, is another. And then we have American Idol, and we have Survivor. So CSI, Friends, American Idol, and Survivor. All right, those are the answers for question number 2 in our money round. Question number 3. We are looking at the first 3 starring roles of Will Ferrell in movies that grossed over $100 million. They were in 2003, 2005, and 2006. So Elf was one of them. Talladega Nights is another. And Wedding Crashers is the third. Elf, Wedding Crashers, and Talladega Nights are your answers there. All right, and number 4, what are the 2 best-selling brands of gum in the United States? We're looking for brands. That would be Trident and Orbit. Trident and Orbit. All right, those are the brands of best-selling chewing gum in the United States of America. Who knew? Okay. All right. I need to take a close look at this scoreboard here quickly to make sure we're all ready to go. So if you'll give me just a moment, give me just a minute here to do that, I will do that, and then we'll get you a scoreboard update before we move into our final round of play this evening. So just hang tight with me, friends, and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I think we're ready to go ahead and go on here, and we'll get you a scoreboard update right now. I think we are in good shape here. Yeah, the Will Ferrell question, that's why I said, it says star. I mean, he is in it. So I said, when I tried to explain, I said we need the 2 that he was definitely like a lead in, and then 1 that he was really not in for very long. As if you've seen Wedding Crashers, you know that. But he was billed. I mean, he is in it. So that's what we're going to go with here. And it's probably Bewitched. That's a good question. I'm not sure when that was released, but it may have been released after the others. I feel like that was around 05 or 06. I'm not sure. But that's where we are with that. Yeah, he in Wedding Crashers, he's in for what, like 2 scenes? Very, very small amount of time. Okay, we're going to get you the scoreboard update right now, folks, so we can move into our final round of play this evening. And I'm going to read you your top 15 teams, of course, as we usually do. All right, so here we go. In a three-way tie for 15th place with a score of 79 points each, we have teams F. Dobby, Snidely Whiplash, and Just Kidding. In 12th place with a score of 80 points, Team Watson. In a two-way tie for 10th place with 81 points apiece, Pitter Patter and Hot for Teacher. In a two-way tie for 8th place with 82 points each, Vermin and Nasty Reporters, no longer persona non grata. Nice. Number 7th place with a score of 83 points, Manly's Irish Mutts. In 6th place with a score of 84 points, Falcons. In 4th place, a two-way tie for 4th place with 89 points apiece, Team Poop Shorts and Team Quizzards of the Quost. In 3rd place with a score of 92 points, Team Yinzers. In 2nd place with a score of 100 points right on the dot, Team Thursday Group. And leading us off into the final round tonight with 107 points is Team I'm Just Here So I Don't Get COVID. Okay? So there we go. All right, that's where we sit. And we will move now into our final round of play this evening on the Monster Game. Round number 4. This round is special. If you've never played for us, or played with us on this, I'll give you a little bit of an explanation. You need to think about round number 4 like Final Jeopardy. We have 3 final questions to give you tonight. And for each question, your team can wager anywhere between 0 and 30 points. Now, the good news is, if you wager a certain amount of points, like let's say 30, and your team gets that question right, you'll receive 30 points. The bad news is that if your team wagers 30 points and you get the question wrong, you will lose 30 points. All right, you will lose 30 points. So think of this like Final Jeopardy. You're making a wager. Each question you can wager between 0 and 30 points. All right, so this game is certainly still anyone's game tonight as we move into our final round of play. The password to get into round number 4 tonight, and I'll put it in the chat for you, is the word monsters. All right, is the word monsters. So let me get this in here for you into the chat. The word monsters, no capital letter on that, please. Monsters. And here are your final 3 questions for this evening, where you and your team will wager between 0 and 30 points per question. Number 1, it's the only world capital on the Tigris River. All right, the only world capital on the Tigris River. And I'll tell you this, if you've been keeping your eye on our social media this week, there may be something there that can help you. All right. Number 2, for a historic February 1972 trip, Richard Nixon and Henry Kissinger each learned to use these. Nixon was better at it. All right. And number 3, the first known use of this word is a 1763 entry in John Adams's diary describing a club meeting in a friend's attic. You have 7.5 minutes to fit. Uh-oh, we've got a password problem. Hang on one second here. We'll try to get this figured out. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Give me a minute here. All right, let me get in here and try to see what's going on here. Hang on one second here. Give me a minute. Okay, let's go ahead. Try that again. What I need you to do, folks, we've updated the password now. What I need you to do to get in there again, it's Monsters, Monsters, but you need to refresh that page before you try to put it in. Monsters will work, but you need to refresh your page before you try to put it in. All right, so refresh that page, and give that a try. Monsters, Monsters, should work for you. Now that we've got that fixed. So if someone would be so kind as to type in the chat or let me know that you're good with that. Monsters, once you've refreshed the page, you should be able to get in. Someone just shoot me a text here, let me know, all right? Before we move ahead. Are we good to go, folks? Can someone let me know we good to go here with Monsters? You've refreshed, you've tried it, you've gotten in? Okay, thank you very much. Viewing, okay, the view only doesn't work. We can get that one fixed as well. Hang on a second here. Give me a minute. Sorry about this, folks. It looks like we've had some password switching going on and nobody's updating some of this stuff. Give me 1 minute to get the view only going. All right, view only should be good as well. You should be able to get in there with Monsters. Just make sure you refresh the page. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and read these questions now. Both sheets now working with the word Monsters, Monsters, no capital letter. Both should be working view only and your real deal sheet. All right. Here are the final three. Well, we already got that for you, I guess. It's the tiger. Yep, I read them already. Good grief. It's been a day. All right. You have 7 minutes, 30 seconds, folks, now that we're out of the woods here. Go, go, go. You want names? I'm not privy to say that, Will, but maybe I'll sign something or put something up on the screen behind me. All right. All right, folks, you're looking at just 3 minutes or so to get those answers in your final round here. 3 minutes to get those answers in for round number 4. All right, we're down under 2 minutes, folks. Under 2 minutes to get those answers in for our final round of play this evening. Under 2 minutes. 'All right, folks, we got 1 minute to get those answers in. 1 minute to get those answers in our final round of play. So it's time to start thinking about submitting, please. 1 minute. 30 seconds, folks. 30 seconds. Let's get those answers in. Get them in, get them in. 30 seconds left. All right, folks, that's time. That is time. Go ahead and get those answers in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. All right, get those in. Get them in. Submit those answers now, please. Good question, Snidely Whiplash. I don't know the answer to that question. So the internet alone has that answer. All right, get those answers in, folks. Get them in, get them in, get them in. We are there, all right, and scores are looking good. Let's go ahead and get your answers for round number 4. Here they are. It's the only world capital on the Tigris River. That would be Baghdad. Baghdad is on the Tigris River. All right. Number 2. For a historic February 1972 trip, Richard Nixon and Henry Kissinger each learned to use these. Nixon was better at it. Of course, Nixon visited China in 1972, which was a major, major thing. And so they learned to use chopsticks. And Nixon was better at it than Henry Kissinger. Chopsticks for number 2. And for number 3, the first known use of this word is a 1763 entry in John Adams's diary describing a club meeting in a friend's attic. That would be caucus. A caucus. All right. That is the answer. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our game. I want to do just a quick check on scores here to make absolutely sure that we should be good to go here. I'm going to check all those rounds over one more time, and I'll be right back with you. We're going to get that final scoreboard update. All right, give me one moment here. All right, folks, let's go ahead and wrap this up with a bow, shall we? Here you go. Here is your scoreboard update, your final scoreboard update this evening. I will read the top 15 teams, and here they are. In 15th place with a score of 134 points, Team Harmbones. In 14th place with a score of 137 points, I'm just here so I don't get COVID. In 13th place with a score of 141 points, Hot for Teacher. In 12th place tonight with a score of 143 points, Manly's Irish Mutts. 11th place with 163 points, Neil Team 6, excuse me. In 10th place with a score of 164 points, we have We Didn't Start the Virus. 9th place with a score of 165 points, Eastbound and Down. 8th place with a score of 168 points, Callans and Burkos. 7th place with a score of 170 points, Team Watson. 6th place with a score of 171 points, Pitter Patter. 5th place with a score of 172 points, so we're lining them up, Team Vermin. 4th place with a score of 174 points, Falcons. 3rd place with a score of 179 points, Team Quizzards of the Coast. 2nd place with a score of 182 points, Team Yinzers. And your winners this evening with a score of 190 points, we have the Thursday group. Congratulations to you all. All right. I thank you so much for playing with us tonight. And we will get the score up later. We're having some technical difficulties on this end, but Matt will come in and get that score up onto YouTube, the scoreboard up onto YouTube, so you can see the full thing here later. But I want to thank you again for playing with us this evening, Monster Game. My name's Ben. I am in for Matt. Matt is lying low off the grid until things cool down, is where he is. So, but we do certainly hope he'll be back with us next week. Thank you all again for playing. One more time, we're all over the city. Make sure you watch our social media. We've got live games all over the place. Pleasure to see all of you. Happy race weekend. Happy Indy 500 weekend, and the official start of summer here in Indianapolis. I'll stick around for a few minutes here in case anyone's got anything they need to tell me, and I will look forward to seeing you all again soon. All right, folks, take care. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you again. All right, folks. Thank you so much again. Great times here. Great times. I always love guest hosting the Monster Game. And I'm out of here. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, not tomorrow. I will see you all next time. See, it is time for me to go. Have a great night, folks. Thank you so much. Take care.